All right, so if you're a fresher trying to break into India's IT world, you know the pressure is just immense, right? That interview feels like everything is on the line. But what if you had a playbook? What if you knew the secret code? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's dive in and crack this thing wide open.
So, what's the actual secret to nailing that IT fresher interview? I mean, is it about memorizing every single algorithm known to man? Or is there something deeper going on? Well, I'm going to let you in on it. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on what interviewers really want, and I'll give you the exact strategies and, yes, the model answers to help you ace it.
You know, the best way to think about an interview is like a story you're telling in 3 acts. And Act 1, it's all about your past. It's where you prove what you've already done. And the star of this act, the most important character on your resume, is always your project. Okay, get ready for it, because this is almost always the first real question they'll hit you with. But here's the inside scoop, the thing most people miss. They're not just trying to see how deep your technical knowledge goes. No, they're testing your clarity. Can you take something complicated and explain it simply? That's the real test. So, how do you answer that with perfect clarity every single time? You use a framework. And trust me, the absolute best one out there is the STAR method. Think of it as your secret weapon. It stands for situation, task, action, and result. It's a simple little acronym that makes sure your answer is sharp, to the point, and seriously impactful. Okay, let's see this in action, right? Look at this example. The situation is the admin portal. The task and action are creating those Java APIs. Simple enough? But here's the magic, the part that makes the interviewer's ears perk up. The result. Reduced manual work by 60%. Bam! A number like that, it's not just a claim, it's proof. It screams value.
Now, after you nail that, get ready for the follow-up. It sounds so simple, right? How long was your project? But don't be fooled, this is a little test. They're checking to see if you're just making things up or if you genuinely know the ins and outs of the work you're claiming.
And the perfect answer is just as simple and direct. Boom, 3 months. Started in June, now in testing. That's it. It's clear, it's professional, and it shows you're totally on top of things. Okay, so now that we've proven our past, let's move into Act 2. All right, so you've successfully proven your past. You've shown them what you've done. Now we move into Act 2. This is all about the present moment. It's about selling you, right here, right now, explaining your strengths and why you're the perfect fit for this job today. Okay, this next question is a huge opportunity or a huge trap. What's your strength? The absolute worst thing you can say is something vague like, I'm a hard worker. I mean, who isn't? It's totally forgettable. But a winning answer? That's when you give them role-specific skills. Things like quick learning and problem solving. Now that sounds like someone an IT manager actually wants to hire. So let's look at a killer answer. See how this works? It connects a personal strength directly to a business benefit. Quickly adapting to new technologies. Every developer needs that. Being detail-oriented, which helps me reduce errors. That is literally music to a manager's ears. That's the key right there. Always, always tie your strength to a good outcome for them. And now for the grand finale, Act 3. You've shown them your past, you've sold them on your present. This last part is all about the future. This is where you paint them a picture of your potential, of all the amazing value you're going to bring to their team. Here it is, the big one. Why should we hire you? And listen, this isn't really a question. It's an invitation. It's them saying, okay, kid, impress me. This is your moment to connect all the pieces of your story and deliver that final knockout punch. This is not the time to be humble. So how do you build the perfect pitch? Simple. You build it in 3 parts. Part 1, you start strong with your foundation. You state with confidence your core tech skills. Java, SQL, whatever they are. Lay that groundwork first. Then, for Part 2, you add the proof. This is where you bring back that project we talked about. It's the hard evidence that you don't just know those skills, you've actually used them to build something that works. And finally, Part 3 is all about your potential. This is where you show your hunger, You express that you're eager to learn, you're ready to grow, and you want to start contributing from the second you walk in the door. So you've got foundation, proof, and potential. Let's see what that looks like all together.
And there you have it, the full, perfect pitch. See how it flows so smoothly? Foundation to proof to potential. It's confident without being arrogant, it's comprehensive, and it hits every single note that a company is listening for in a fresher.
Now, sometimes they'll throw you a curveball and ask it a different way, like how can you add value? This answer here is just brilliant because it shows you're thinking long-term. You're not just saying, I'll do my work. You're saying, I'll deliver quality code, I'll keep learning, and I'll help the team solve problems. See the difference? That's thinking like an employee, not just a candidate. Okay, we've gone through the whole 3-act structure. We've covered the questions, the answers, everything. Now, let's boil it all down into a super simple pre-interview checklist that you can use right before game time. Here are your final 4 tips to really lock it all in. Number 1, practice out loud. I know, it feels a little weird, but actually saying the words builds muscle memory. Number 2, know your resume and project cold. 100%. They will poke holes in it if they can. Number 3, don't sound like a robot reading a script. They want to hire a human being, so let your personality shine. And number 4, and this is so important, focus on your energy. A positive attitude walks into the room before you do. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, maybe the most important piece of all. It's not just about the words you say, it's about the mindset you carry with you.
And here it is, the real number 1 secret. For freshers, companies are not always looking for the person who knows the most. Often they are looking for the person with the best attitude. Someone who's positive, who's enthusiastic, who is genuinely hungry to learn and contribute. Honestly, your attitude can be your single biggest advantage. So please, remember this. That interview, it's not just a test you need to pass. It is your very first chance to show them the value you bring. It's your stage. The lights are on you. So the only real question left is, what story are you going to tell?